We are slowly getting up to speed. There we are. We're up there. Where else are we here? Jumping on board, everybody. I'm checking it. It's faster checking it on my phone than it is. Yeah, we're live there. Good. Excellent. Tremendous. What's up, Ramsey? Hello there. Good to see you. Hey, Julie. Tom in Castleberry. Welcome, Tom, right around the corner. Claudia, Montana. Welcome. How are you? Jadon, Ontario, Canada. Happy Sunday to you, ma'am. L.A. Key, you changed your avatar photo. Levon, welcome. Rochester, New York, welcome to you. Monroe, Michigan, Nicolette, welcome. Any first timers here? Any first timers? Will in South Dakota, welcome. Tammy in Bristol, Tennessee. I might be in Bristol soon. Deborah in South Australia, welcome. And Megan in Adelaide, South Australia, awesome. Very welcome aboard, everybody. Loretta, Lori in Oneida, New York. Earl in New York, welcome, Earl. Let's see, who's first timers? Anybody? My favorite news source, Angela. Thank you, I appreciate that. I do the best I can with the time that I have. Walter in Las Vegas. I do love Las Vegas. I'm one of the rare people who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, and still loves Las Vegas. Jennifer, hello. How are you? 𝗪𝘁𝗰𝗶𝗀𝗄, Philadelphia. Welcome. Everyone wants Jason Q back. He'll be back. He'll be back. I think he rested today. I couldn't get a hold of him. David Snyder's back. David Snyder, everyone was worried about you. They thought you had disappeared forever. Pencil sharpened. Awesome. Nicole from Bama. Welcome. Nicole brought a newbie. Welcome, newbie. Hello there, Kat. Eunice from Mesa, Arizona. I heard that's a beautiful place. Belinda from West Virginia. Hello, Kathy. Kim in St. Louis. Hello, Susan. Hello, Rasmus. Hello, everybody. Hello from Smethport, Pennsylvania, Lynn. I think Trump is gonna get Pennsylvania early. Let's see. Howdy, Mike Grizel from upstate New York. Beautiful, beautiful God country up there. Hello from Union, Kentucky, Tiffany. And let's see here. More Alabama, Wade. Kim in St. Louis. Excellent. Kimberly, I wave my freak flag. That is correct. Absolutely. Awesome. Hey, Dayton, Ohio, Todd, you're a first timer. Welcome. Appreciate you being on the feed tonight. Very, very awesome. I hope I bring value to you and everybody else as well tonight. It's been a busy weekend, a very busy. First of all, is everyone handled and processed everything that Jason Q had to say on Friday night? So we went from 9:30 to I think a little past 11:30. So like 2 hours and some odd minutes, 1 minute, I don't know, something like that. Did everyone process what he stated? And now let me make some comments on Jason. So I first have to tell you that when I report something, and if it's directly from the news and I report to you, then you can take that as like it's news, it's maybe fact, I guess you could say. When I'm giving you something, sometimes it's my opinion, sometimes it's my guess of what I think is going to happen. I have other people on. It's also, I can't, some people get mad at me because they're like, that person said isn't true. Guys, I'm not their keepers. So like, for a good example, Fred 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪🐐. Good friend of mine, really good guy, right? And so everyone gets concerned when they listen to Fred because Fred is coming from the historical Federal Reserve system, right? So he understands the money being printed. He's not fully into crypto, and from his vantage point, from his viewpoint, he doesn't see the mechanism necessarily to get into the next phase if we go to this 𝗪𝗂𝗪, 𝗪𝗂𝗪, or quantum financial system, whatever you want to call it, right? So it's not that he doesn't think it's going to happen. He just doesn't see that. So where we come back together, because obviously I see some things happening, is we're both gold and silver people. So no matter what happens, whether his way happens and we continue to spend ourselves into oblivion, or we jump over to a quantum system, or we jump over to whatever else it is, no matter what, gold and silver is the answer, meaning it is real money based on constitutional law. All right? Now, there might be other stuff that comes out of that as well, but it is real money, okay? So on 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂, I will tell you, this is what I'm going to tell you about 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂. There are things he's telling me on the phone that we have not even dropped on you guys yet, right? And we went 2 hours of mind-numbing stuff on Friday night, and I literally, let me show you something. So I have printed everything out. I have printed all this stuff out. I have printed more and more out. All right. I have printed even more out. Okay. I've been studying this stuff since Friday night. And let me tell you, is some of the stuff 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂 said, I know some of you are going to be like, that is freaking crazy. There is no freaking way that's going to happen. I will tell you, though, and I'm going to drop one of them tonight, is he has been more right than most every single other person that I've talked to other than him. Meaning, as in predicting what's going to happen, he's been basically dead on. Now, am I going to say he's been going to be perfect? I don't know, right? I mean, but he's been really dead on. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to review a couple things that he said, and then I'm going to drop some other stuff on you. Then I'm just going to drop the basic on you. I'm going to let him drop the deep stuff on you again this week, okay? He'll be here no later, again, than this coming Friday night, okay? So he'll be back Friday night. We already agreed to that. He might come back earlier. We'll see, okay? We're going to figure that out. So just be prepared for the things that are go down. I'm going to show you some of this stuff tonight. I'm going to show you some outlandish stuff tonight, but I'm also going to show you some stuff that is very realistic and very in front of us right now. And I'm going to start this by, I guess this will be my beginning rant tonight, okay? But to do that, I need to show you a video. Now, last night, my wife and my daughter, we sat down for a movie night. Now, I have a TV. I have a gigantic 50+ inch television on my living room wall. I do not watch television. My wife doesn't watch television. My daughter doesn't watch television. We have it up there in case we're going to watch anything. I can plug my computer into it. It's ready to go. So we do try to watch educational stuff. So, for example, we watch a lot of seminars. I'm in natural health. My wife's in natural health. We're both physicians. We watch a lot of seminars that our friends do that are on YouTube, things like that. We're always pouring knowledge into our minds, okay? Now, we wanted to watch something somewhat entertaining on Saturday night, something to kind of decompress, something to put good things in our mind, okay? And this is going to start my rant, but my rant is partially a positive, partially a out with the bad rant, all right? And I'm going to show you this little video before you do this because I think it's really, really important. We are looking through, I will not support Netflix. We got rid of Netflix like last year. Gone. I didn't even need to wait until the ridiculous movie or show 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗂𝗪 came out. We were gone a long time before that because I already knew that they were funding pedophilia stuff and I wanted no part of it. I also knew the Obamas were on, and Susan Rice, I believe, were on the board of governors or chair or the board, whatever it is, right? And I wanted out. I want nothing to do with anything they have their hands on as far as I know. We got rid of it. So we do have Amazon, all right? Now, I went around, I found this actual documentary, all right? And it's about sea turtles. And you're going to be like, sea turtles? Why are you going to talk about sea turtles tonight? Isn't this the Revolution Network? Yes, it is. And sea turtles are a part of the Revolution Network for more reasons than you could ever comprehend. So let me take you to this website because this is super important and I want you to allow all of your children to watch this. So let me take you over to here. All right. This is Saving the Sea Turtles, Preventing Extinction. All right. A true story about people coming together to save the sea turtles we love, engaging and inspiring. I'm going to show you about a minute long or so trailer that I think you need to see. All right.
What is it with these people rescuing turtles? Why bother?
People ask us all the time, why do you do this? And sea turtles are endangered. The 𝗪𝗄𝗏𝗏𝐿𝑠 are critically endangered.
The 𝗪𝗪s!
And if they disappear, they're gone forever. We read an article in the local paper that sea turtles were getting washed up on the shore because they were cold stunned, and we didn't even know that turtles were here in this area.
Cape Cod has some of the rarest of the rare in the world.
These are all juvenile turtles. Most of them are 2 or 3 years old.
We may look like aliens, but we're your friends.
We start every season, it's a mystery to us what's going to happen.
It's looking like maybe one of the biggest days ever. We're knee-deep in turtles.
We've really transitioned this year to treating more life-threatening problems, trying to get each turtle to survive till the next day.
With so many 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗪s, I thought the future of 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗏s could be right here in front of our eyes.
We are a life-saving service, so whether it be humans or animals, we're here to help out.
We're so close to making this a long-term success, we can't stop. It would be like fumbling the ball on the 1-yard line in the last minute of the fourth quarter.
So I showed you that for a reason. It's literally a 57-minute documentary on sea turtles. And as I was watching it, we were all moved by it. And now I want to bring this up because this was off of Cape Cod up in the northeast of Massachusetts. I have lived in Massachusetts for 2 years of my life. I lived in Boston, Massachusetts. And it's funny because I grew up in a conservative household. I grew up in a mostly Republican conservative area. As I grew up, I became a little more libertarian as I got older, but I've always held to my traditional conservative roots. When I went to Boston and I was in Massachusetts, it is a very traditional Democratic state. However, it is not Democratic as in Nancy Pelosi Democratic. It is not radical, cabal, liberal Democratic. It is Kennedy Democratic. And as we were watching this, and I don't want to give you all the details of the movie because I want you to go watch it and I want you to, give them some money because what they're doing is amazing work. But really what happens is these sea turtles get pulled out of the Gulf waters where it's really warm and they belong near Mexico and Florida and the South Texas area. And they make a mistake and they end up on the East Coast and they get caught up in the Northeastern Territory in like Cape Hatteras, Cape Cod, all those places. And they're not supposed to be there and they get frozen essentially. And then they have to be saved by these amazing people. And as I was watching this, I remember being in Boston for 2 years. And I remember being in certain parts of the areas of very liberalness. And yet, guess what? The people that I saw in this movie were the people that I remember, not the exact people, but the type of people that I saw. And I remember that, what's interesting? Just because someone's a Democrat, someone's a liberal, I'm not talking about radicals. I'm not talking about these soy asses, whatever they are, men and women out on the streets with Antifa right now. That is not liberal. That's communism. That's socialism. That is the bottom of the barrel garbage. All right? This was people in a liberal area that care about humanity, and they're literally going out in the middle of the night during the winter when it's 20 degrees in the water, and they're rescuing sea turtles to save them. and then they get them shipped to places like Florida and the South and the eastern part. And these are amazing people. Now, at one point in the movie, a couple of times, and it was I really appreciated what they did. They did not hammer on global warming. They hammered on, we need a solution. They brought up global warming, and they didn't even say global warming. They say climate type changes like once, because that's what they think is happening. And I realized, you do know, by the way, and this plays right into it, you do know that President Donald Trump isn't a Republican, right? You do know that he's not a conservative Republican. Please tell me you know he's not a Republican, right? So he's not. He's what I would call in the middle, right? Because you have the northeastern part of the country, which is predominantly blue states, right? Then you have your conservative areas. And I kept thinking back to the Kennedys, and the majority of the Kennedys were not radical liberals. Now, they have their problems. I'm not saying that they weren't involved in some of their own little scandals and everything, and I totally get that. I'm not letting them off the hook. They were American Democrats. They were pro-freedom Democrats for the most part. John F. Kennedy, one of the greatest presidents of the U.S., was a Democrat, folks. President Trump, one of the greatest presidents we've had so far, is a Republican. This is not about Democrat. This is not about Republican. This is about throwing the labels out and realizing that we have the middle. We have humanity. That's what we have. We have people, whether it's myself, who's a more conservative constitutional libertarian, or we have these wonderful people up in Cape Cod who are most likely liberal. We all care for the same thing. We care for humanity. I literally could go up with my conservative libertarian values. I could work with those people every day and help them do what they're doing. And I could literally take all of the things we may not agree with and throw them aside because we have one common cause, and that is humanity. And then I realized these folks are having a problem with the turtles, not because of climate change, not because of global warming. That has been the talking point on both sides of the aisles for way too long. Do you know what the real problem with the sea turtles is? It's not the weather. It's not the change in climate. The problem with the sea turtles is we have elite cabal, banker, reptilian, God knows what else they are, running this planet. And then they have these massive corporations, not businesses. We're talking gigantic corporations who are polluting our planet. They're the ones screwing up the climate. They're the ones screwing up our wildlife. They're the ones killing our beaches, killing our reefs. They're the ones using HAARP. They're the ones manipulating and changing weather. They're the ones who are causing this whole problem. But then they turn around and say, we need more money from you. We need taxation because the climate is changing. The weather is changing. No, it's not. You're changing it. You are altering and destroying our planet so that you can continue destroying us as humanity. You're destroying us. You're making our wonderful animals go extinct. What we need to do is, yes, we need to right now help organizations like this. And if sea turtles isn't your thing, fine. Go find something that is your thing. Whether it be children, adults, humans, addicts, extinct animals, I don't care what it is. Just go help and serve somebody. Go do it, because for the time being, in the short term, we're going to give these organizations. The long term, we're going to destroy the very thing that is helping destroy the planet, which is causing these atrocities. We cannot allow our planet to be destroyed and told it's our fault when they sit there and go, well, this is a human problem. No, it's not. No, you know it's not a human problem, because when I go to the beach, or I go to the water, or I go out for a walk and we have some garbage with us, we don't throw it on the side of the road. We don't throw it in the ocean. We know that we don't poison our environment. We teach our children, you teach your children, to not poison the planet. No. Climate change, global warming is not our problem. It's actually the elite problem. They created it. Our job is, we're going to shut it down. We're going to stop the crap that they're doing, because it takes literally a 57-minute movie documentary, which is, I mean, honestly, and there's no like raging agenda in this 57-minute documentary. Let your kids watch it. By the way, you will not get through it with a dry eye. It's a phenomenally well done documentary. We have to take down the people, or outside of this world, whatever they are, that are controlling our entire planet and then blaming it on us. This has nothing to do with us. We are stewards of our planet. We are stewards of our environment. I guarantee you, anyone out there watching this feed right now, if your kid threw something into the water or hurt an animal or did anything like that, I guarantee you'd be the first one to take them aside, make them pick it back up, throw it in the garbage, or make them go do something good so they can get back the whole karma thing for hurting the animal. You wouldn't allow your kids to do that, because we're good people. We're humanity. And we're going to restore our planet, but we have to get rid of the parasite, the evil that it has. And then our planet is so brilliant, our living planet is so brilliant that it will actually restore itself. You know, there's a reason the president is taking regulations off of businesses and regulations away from the EPA. It's not because he doesn't like the planet. The EPA is actually run by the globalist elite, and they actually make it so that all these companies can get away with dumping crap into the water without having any penalty for it. What we actually need to have is we need to have the regulations taken off, and if they do it, they get sued into oblivion and they lose their company. That's how it should actually work. So do me a favor. Go check out that film. It is fantastic. It's a great homeschool type project for your kids. And honestly, as an adult, you're going to love it, because the work that these folks do is absolutely tremendous. I really, really loved it, and we will drop the link in there. So it's tremendous. Now, moving on to more outside of this planet type of stuff. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to tell you, I'll show you the site that our first members of Space Force have been deployed. They were actually deployed beginning of September. They were deployed to the Middle East. Now, wait a second. What are the members of Space Force doing going to the Middle East? Why are we going to the Middle East? Now, as you scroll down, it says that we're going over there. We have, let's see, 2 airmen assigned to the 16th Expeditionary Space Control Flight in the 609th Air Operations Center at Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar. They transferred. Now, they come down here, and it says they're the first members of the United States Space Force to be deployed in support of combat operations. All right? They say that they're going to be working on satellites. All right? They say they're going to be working on satellites. However, I have a feeling it's not actually satellites. Can I tell you, again, I was looking through 𝗪𝗪𝗪 stuff, all right? I was looking through 𝗪𝗪𝗪 stuff, and he just happens to have certain things about simulated sun. Yeah, simulated. We didn't even get to the simulated sun that much. We dropped on it a little bit. He's going to go deeper into it. But he goes into, you're not going to be able to read this necessarily, but this is, these are planets, all right? And he talks about all the different planets and all the different space forces and organizations that are involved in all of this stuff. And I'm just gonna, maybe I'll read some of this, okay? There's a Luciferian Council of 7, which are Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, that just happen to align with the 7 candlesticks. And this actually aligns with the flat Earth as well. So I'm going to go, there's actually one in here. So I don't have this on computer right now, but that page right there, this says the photo of the original Stargate found by archaeologists in Egypt circa 1923. And this is a photo of the original Stargate on the bottom, wherever my finger is. Next time I'll bring it up on email. Stargates. And guess what? There's Earth. There's Earth with what appears to be possibly a Stargate in the middle on the top. Now, I'm going to read this last part off to you. There is a net put around us to hold us captive. It is part of the Smith program. The Matrix movie had it close. It creates the holographic sky with the effect of an electron field surrounding the Earth. At the end of the circle, Earth is able to fly independent so people can make their choice. The sun is a transformer. A gateway to other dimensions equals converter. In free space, sun is not visible. There are no light years since there is no light. This is why we had to learn quantum. We had to learn to fly to the sun because it's a gate. Now. Okay. Now, let me see if there's something else in here. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this, but I'm going to be careful how I read this in a second. There is, so let me show you the other website so that I can actually take you to this, okay? Because, yes, there's a sun and there's a black sun, all right? You can read all this if you go to his page. I'm not reading anything he didn't show yet. I'm trying not to take the thunder away from him because he'll be back and I'll ask him these questions as well. Guess what else they have in the Middle East? They have stargates and portals. Now, I originally thought this was a little crazy a long time. I read about it years ago, but I didn't go back to it because I just didn't have enough information. I wasn't interested at the time. But now I kind of am. Why is the Middle East always the center of quote-unquote problems and wars and everything else? Why did they pick the Middle East? Well, is it because that all the stuff that we've been talking about biblically for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years, there's stargates and portals all over the freaking planet, and apparently there's a big one or big ones in the Middle East. Now keep in mind, there are also pyramids all over the planet, not just the pyramids of Giza. There's also pyramids at the bottom of the oceans. Guess what, folks? You're about to enter into the next phase of our life on planet Earth. Things are about to get very interesting. And I will tell you, I am so happy to be an American citizen. Now, all love out to you from every other country, whether you're in Australia, you're Canada, you're Europe your countries in Europe. We love all of you. But as the president said, if America falls, everybody falls. Because we had those genius founding documents, right? The problem is, I think the elite have been doing something they shouldn't be doing with the stargates and the portals, whether they shut them down or they have been manipulating and playing with dark forces when we're supposed to be being embraced by the light forces. And I'll tell you, Dr. Horace Drew, and I think I put his paperwork away. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, I didn't. Here you go. I also printed this out. Dr. Horace Drew. That right there is... So this is here you go. He wrote the Q in, I did not. And then here was a crop circle. Guess what, folks? We're being communicated with. Your elite, whatever, not your elite, sorry, they're not really yours. They're playing with the dark forces that is biblical. You need to go reread your Bible. I was talking to my friend who I would consider a biblical scholar today. He's really, really good. And he and I, like, we don't even always fully agree on every little thing biblically, but we were like boom, 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 boom. We're all seeing it come together. There are stargates and there are portals in the Middle East, and Space Force has been deployed because I think you're going to see disclosure within 2 months to a year. That's my prediction. All right, that's my prediction. Now, I also want to read this briefly, and I'm not going to give you necessarily I can't necessarily give you context on this. I'm just going to read it out loud, okay? Because this is where I found. Okay, from Sumerian law, passed to Hebrew, it was custom of the coven to be a 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏. By law of the seed, the priest and the priestess were blood related and must be bloodline of the founding family that made the blood pact with the families of Set and created by the coven. The Baal were responsible as overseers of the harvest of children from the human slave population as a food source for the Moloch race of Lilith. And as Jason Q said Friday night, Lilith was Hillary Clinton. Another name for them is Jersey Devil. While stripping man of their 12-strand DNA and reducing human size, they were also using that 12-strand DNA to create reptiles with more man-like appearance. Amorites, who were tall as cedars and strong as oaks, were also called by the names Huga, Nuwa, and Naga. The reptile brain is the known behavior source of all ritual, hierarchy, selfishness, and baser instincts. The reptile brain is known as the source of all sociopathic behavior. The medical definition is someone who is neurologically hardwired to the reptile brain. Now, here we go. I want to transition from there into here. Mirror. Now, if you noticed, Q dropped this little gem on us today. Let me bring this one up. Q dropped that gem today. All right. Now, I'm not saying what I'm going to tell you next is 100% associated with this, but I do want to now tell you this. Mirror. A spirit is a living being with an incorruptible body, which is its vehicle. It is as solid as the world around it. An example, one spirit can touch another spirit. You are a mirror of your spirit, which is your double. You were created for the spirit to be able to operate within the creation, which is in different domain or environment from the spirit's point of origin. You are currently within the domain of matter. There are other domains. All DNA and personality traits are taken from the double to create the mirror. The mirror of mankind has a soul. Okay, now let me take you to this. Now this is, I don't love Gaia, but this is from Gaia. because this has to do with it. The Philadelphia experiment. All right. Now, I think this has, is this the one that had this one? Let's see here. Let me take you to, I want to show you, I got the wrong one. Anyway, this one is the Philadelphia experiment. Now, let me just tell you about this. So the Philadelphia experiment, I thought I had a picture of the actual ship. There it is. Here we go. Here's a picture, all right, of the USS Eldridge. All right. This is the truth behind World War II's creepy Philadelphia experiment. Now, they claim it's a conspiracy. It is not a conspiracy. All right. According to legend, on October 28, 1943, the USS Eldridge, a Cannon-class destroyer escort, was conducting top-secret experiments designed to win command of the oceans against the Axis powers. The rumor was that the government was creating technology that would render naval ships invisible to enemy radar. And they're in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. It was time to test it out. Witnesses claim an eerie green-blue glow surrounded the hull of the ship as her generators spun up, and then suddenly the Eldridge disappeared. The ship was then seen in Norfolk Naval Shipyard in Virginia before disappearing again and reappearing back in Philadelphia. Okay, so this actually happened. This was Tesla's work. So Tesla figured out time travel. And Tesla, amongst many other things, Tesla figured out time travel, and Tesla wanted all of his stuff used for good. The problem is, government at the time lied to him, and they took his technology and they used it for not so good. But what actually happened was they did make the ship disappear. It arrived somewhere else, and then they brought it back. The problem was, when they brought it back, from what I understood, sailors were actually sick, like headaches. It didn't go well. Now, I don't know what actually ended up happening to them. I've read varying degrees of stuff. I don't remember it all. But they figured it out, and it was teleportation, and it was time travel. Now, did Tesla also know about the Stargates? Did he also know about the portals? Because Tesla did know that when he sent communication out into the cosmos, he received communication back. He just didn't know exactly what they were saying, or whatever it was saying. All right. But this all leads me to go, why? So wait, we're pulling home troops, right? We're bringing troops home from the Middle East. I believe Afghanistan is next. We're bringing home more. And the president wants to get to 0 in Afghanistan. We're pulling them home, but we're sending Space Force. Now, I don't know what Space Force is trained on. Space Force has been going on for longer than just the past year. Space Force has been going on for a long time. They just brought it out into the open, okay? What is Space Force trained in? I don't know, because I don't know anything about them other than what they put on their websites and various other places. I'm assuming, though, they're not trained like the Marines or the Navy or the Army or the Air Force, right? So, I'm assuming they're trained in space stuff, okay? Or other dimensions. That's what I'm assuming. Now, it says satellites. I don't buy that at all. Like, I mean, you could not sell that to me. I believe they are going over there. We have peace. We are building peace in the Middle East. He's got control of Israel. Now, I have heard Jerusalem from Too Tall RN on Twitter that Jerusalem is also the word for a mothership that's located outside the planet right now. Jason Q dropped on you Friday night, if you heard it, that there are over 2 million motherships waiting outside of Earth's atmosphere right now, ready to help us as humanity, not the globalists. They want to help us go on to the next dimension. If some of this stuff is what you can't handle, I'm sorry. This is just, trust me, when I first started all this, I did not expect to go from COVID patriotism to where we are now. But guess what? All I do is I ask God for some direction, and this is the stuff he puts in front of me. So this is what I got to give you, okay? Because I just let the flow roll, and this is the stuff that it just comes to me, so I got to go with it, all right? So, peace in the Middle East. You now have a peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. You have a peace deal between Kosovo and Serbia. You have a peace deal between Israel and Bahrain, I believe it's called. And then it sounds like you have a peace deal coming between Israel and Qatar. And then you'll probably get some more as it rolls, meaning you have peace coming to the Middle East, which has been known for war and contempt for thousands of years. My opinion is that what happened was you were stolen from God. Let me decipher that for you. I think that some humans on this planet have been playing with bad ETs, reptilians, Dracos, whatever you want to call it, that came out of the Stargate or the portals a long time ago in the Middle East and have caused chaos over there. And I believe then that we have a direct connection to God or source or whatever controls this thing, whatever you want to put on God, okay? Whether for you it's a guy with a beard and gray hair, or it's a sun, or it's an energy, that's up to you, not on me, right? Okay? We all, you, I, have a direct connection to God. Then you have these crazy actors called the Pope and others and pharaohs way back in the day. You know, the ones that possibly killed Jesus Christ, as we understand from biblical text. They're all playing a cabal elite role. And then they stepped in the middle and they said, wait a second, you don't have direct connection to God. You have to come through us at the church. I'm sorry, folks. The Pope, as much as anybody may love him, is not an intermediary between you and your Creator. But what they did was, they probably stole all the damn ancient artifacts from the Middle East, as well as around the world, because if you read Jim Marr's book, The Occult and Ancient Aliens, the Smithsonian, the History Channel, National Geographic, all these different places rush in to all these archaeological sites. They steal everything, and then I think it probably goes in many places, but probably also the Vatican vault. When the Vatican falls, just be prepared, because even I, who reads a lot of stuff and doesn't really get shocked by too much, even I think I am going to be stunned. If I'm stunned, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be rocked out of your world, because I read a lot of stuff, right? And I think they changed the sun with technology. According to Jason Q, which I'm sure he'll clarify when he's back on this week, that Lockheed Martin, I don't know if it was Lockheed Martin back then, I'm just giving you names and words that he gave me, that other companies and other organizations created simulators to completely throw you out of reality. They took you away from God. They took you away from your divine spiritual connection from here to there. And they put man in the middle. And not even man, they put in freaking some reptilian, God knows what dark spiritual energy is there. Right? And that's in here. I mean, let's see. I think I said, maybe I said it earlier. I don't know. There's actually in this paperwork that I went through, I can't find it now because I threw it all over the place. But there's actually a thing in here about a simulated sun. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. I don't want to take too much time to find this because I forgot where it was. But basically, Lilith put up a firewall in front of the black sun to mask it from our view. Yeah. We find out that we are in the abyss. Hell. This is the yellow sun we see. There you go. How about that? The yellow sun is the torch. The black sun of the Sith is behind her. There you go. Stargates, portals, yellow suns, black suns, and don't you dare think that the President of the United States, as well as other leaders, aren't dealing with this behind the scenes. And again, I do not have all the details. Jason Keel will be back on. He dropped some of this. I'm just going over some of it, and I'm kind of going on my own speculation and ideas of what I think could be happening. But I think that's where everything is going, and I think you're going to see complete insanity over the next year. All right? Now, I'm going to go over to the next piece because you need to digest all that, all right? And yeah, they have been controlling things for a very long time, and you knew nothing about it. And by the way, as Jason said, when our correct sun is exposed, it's possible that it actually fixes DNA. So there you go. Now, I'm not going to go deep into these tonight, but here are some Q drops. All right. Now I'm just gonna do a couple here because I want to show you something. There is the Antifa stuff, as you know. 1933, paramilitary wing of the Communist Party of Germany. 2017, paramilitary wing of the Democratic Party of America. Antifa, yes, it is. All right. It is all the people, and they're creating arson. They're committing arson everywhere, by the way. And let me tell you this. I actually had I have a long distance patient in Oregon, I believe, off the top of my head. And I talked to her on Friday. And she said that they actually are in, I think it was like a phase 2 evacuation type setting, meaning literally there's people from out of state with different license plates driving down the roads and throwing Molotov cocktails out their windows and setting fires. Now, you've been told, by the way, it's global warming. Is it really global warming, or is it a combination of Molotov cocktails and energy beam California direct energy weapons? So let me blow this up a little bit for you to see. Here we go. Placing documentation of the event here with videos and screenshots. All screenshots and information came from Go17 West live satellite feeds publicly available to the view at several locations, including many colleges and universities on the night of September 7th, 2020 into September 8th, and the second beam event occurring the night of September 8th into September 9th. And there you have fires, and then you actually have beams coming in. Okay? Okay, those are direct energy beams. This was actually posted by Laura Eisenhower, who knows quite a bit about these things. Okay, there's more. And there's some other ones. September 8th. The beam is censored off the feed deliberately with black line placed over it. All right, where are they coming from? I do not know. And I do not know what these videos are. I can try to play them for you. don't think it has audio. So I'll let this play for 45 seconds because I have not looked at it, and we'll see if something shows up here. It's a shorter video. And so they are fires from, I believe this is probably infrared. And there's a beam actually coming. There's a beam. So again, I do not know fully how this technology works, so I cannot necessarily say what it is. And no, there's no sound to it, guys. It's just me. It's blank, or it's muted. It's just showing you the actual graphic. And then here's another one. I don't know what this looks like. That's 20 minutes. I'm not going to do that one. Sorry. All right. But direct energy weapons. So a combination of direct energy weapons, all right, and Molotov cocktails. And this person who I work with long distance, she actually stated that they are like one phase of evacuation away from grabbing the stuff from their house and having to leave. And this is suburban neighborhoods, okay? It's getting pretty crazy out there. So I just want you to know that, and keep an eye out for this stuff, all right? Now I want to show you one more cue drop. I'm sorry if this is interrupting. That's all on social media. That's not me. Mine is clean and good. Here is Chuck Grassley, all right? A senator, I believe, off the top of my head. His Twitter feed comes up, and he is talking about the ears of corn coming in, all right? My Twitter feed is going a little slow tonight, but this is Grassley, and everything's slowed down. Anyway, whatever. This ear of corn is developed and will soon be ready for harvest. Now, there's a running joke about that because Q talks about harvesting the corn. And let me see if I can even bring those feeds up. See if they pop up for me. I've never searched for these ones, so I'd have to go find them. And so Q is down when I search for something because it sounds like there's too many people searching right now. So I will not be able to do that for you. However, very, very fascinating, and I think we are entering into completely crazy world. Yeah, Q alerts actually just went down for me, saying there was a message saying that it was just tapped out, meaning the searching function, the movement is growing insane. You get error. I get 503 errors from Q drops right now because of massive amounts of people worldwide hitting the servers all at once. So I can't even get on. I'll show you what it shows. Actually, this is what it shows me. That's what it gives me, okay? I cannot get access. Probably everybody else as well. All right, but if you go in and you search corn and harvest or something along those lines, you will see all of those things that it pertained to, okay? What that actually means. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're headed into crazy, amazing times, and it is going to be you're just gonna have to keep your eyes open, folks. I don't know how else to say it. We are going into new times where anything can happen in the next 30 to 60 days. And will President Trump, I have now heard two different people, possibly a third if I recall correctly, two different people say that yes, according to 𝗪𝗓. Now, I'm not saying 𝗪𝗓 is definitely going to happen. I'm just saying this is what I've been told, and this is what I've seen 2 or 3 times now, is that President Trump possibly, I'm not saying for sure, possibly resigns on October the 3rd. Possibly resigns on October the 3rd, which is required per 𝗪𝗓, if 𝗪𝗓 happens. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying what I'm reading, what I'm getting from other people. All right? And then with that, by the way, you have to have elections within the next 120 days per that law. And then you would have a restored republic, possibly. And then new elections 120 days post that, if that occurs. But either way, Whether that happens or not, and I'm not saying 𝗪𝗡 is happening. I'm not getting into that world. I personally am not willing to put, honestly, my reputation. Others can do it all they want to, but I have never seen 100% fact that it's going to happen. I do think we're entering into a quantum financial system, though. There's no doubt about that. I mean, crypto is coming. There is no doubt about that. There is a new financial system coming because there's no way they can't. Like, the Federal Reserve, and as much as Fred and I don't necessarily agree on that, the money printing is over. Even Warren Buffett is getting out of the U.S. Federal Reserve note, meaning he is getting, the dollar is dying. Sorry, it is. This right here is dying. It's dead. This is dead, and this will go away in the next 3 probably to 6 months. Gone. Now, do not panic. Do not ask me what to do with your money. I do not fully know. I've been telling you from the beginning, the best things that I can tell you to do is pay your bills, minimum if you have to, buy gold and silver as much as you can. And if you want to invest and speculate in crypto, you can. I will tell you, the one that is most likely to take off in some way, shape, or form would be XRP. Now, Ripple is the company that runs it and the platform it runs on. XRP is the coin. Yes, with 𝗪𝗡, if the president resigned, because he has to resign per 𝗪𝗡, to end the corporate United States of America, 30 days later, that you'd put the new financial system in, and then within 120 days, there would be all new elections of Congress. So House and Senate would be changed, and you would have a presidential election as well. And then most likely, based on what I've read, President Trump would be the last president or CEO of the corporate United States of America. They would remove the old banker constitution. They would restore the Constitution for the United States of America. And the President Trump, would be the first president of the restored America, restored republic. Very important. Not a democracy, a republic. Democracy is the first step towards communism. A republic has been the ideal way forward for a country and how a government works, okay? Somebody's saying 𝗏𝗵𝗶𝗀 is up again. Is it? No, it's not. It's down. Nope, not. It's down. Anyway, does anyone have any questions? I did also drop this new, I told you Patriot Nutrition was coming. I have now 5G and 6G solutions for you. And I honestly, this is not to brag, I have the best iodine on the market, meaning I actually went out and researched this. I have the source. It is Patriot Nutrition. You can actually get it here. I will drop the link again. There is Patriot Nutrition, or it's patriotsnutrition.com/iodine. I will put the link in there as well. I will tell you what I do with the I will tell you what I do with it. With the iodine, I'm a little different with the iodine. So I love iodine, and everyone is deficient in iodine, okay? I actually swish it around in my mouth to pull radiation out of this area, and then I put some on the skin, absorb it. This is detoxified iodine. This is the exact formula that 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗵 designed. So if anyone knows who 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗵 is, this is the exact formula that 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗵 designed. It is detoxified iodine, okay? Who will be president when Trump resigns? I'll take some questions. Jason Q said Flynn. I don't know how that works. I have to go look it up, okay? I do have to go look that up. 209 nations have signed 𝗪𝗡 already. Okay, Patricia, I have not read that, okay? Let's see. What if you have mercury fillings? That's fine. Mercury, iodine does not affect mercury. It won't harm anything. I use this iodine every single day. All right. Jason Q is going to be on again probably either Wednesday night or Friday night. All right, because I, as you can tell, I can't do Jason Q anymore without at least probably an hour or two. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to do. Iodine is not bad for amalgams. Don't worry about that. I've never had a problem with it, okay? I would not live on orange juice. I am not an advocate of fruitarianism at all. Sorry, I'm just not. Okay, I am a carnivore. I am now a carnivore green juice and sprouting man. Okay. How do I print the Jason Q stuff? You can go onto his Twitter feed and just print it off. He puts up pictures. Let's see. Don't ask. So everyone's going to ask me about what to do with all your money. I'm telling you right now, the best thing you can do is invest in gold and silver, have some cash on you, and get into some crypto stuff, okay? Yes, the iodine is the exact... If you have any endocrine system issues, there's nobody who is not deficient in iodine. Let me just say that. When people ask me, should I take iodine? I take iodine, folks. I take it. I take my own. All right? Everyone is deficient in iodine. And iodine will not hurt you. I've heard people say, I have autoimmune. I was told I was allergic to iodine. It is impossible to be allergic to iodine. Iodine is an essential mineral for the human body. Your cells must have it. Your thyroid has to have iodine. The people that I work with in the office, from long distance and in the office, I put people on iodine constantly all the time. Okay? Who will be Trump's VP since Pence won't be? Well, all I can say is Pence right now, but then maybe JFK Jr. I don't know. I don't know if he's alive. Don't know. Maybe. All right. Everyone is deficient in iodine. That is correct. Let's see. I swish and spit some out to keep the head. Remember, I'm around a lot of radiation. Do you know iodine helps fend off radiation? Yes, it does. That's why I switch it in my mouth, but then I also put it on my skin. Okay? What will happen to stock and investment portfolios? I do not fully know that answer. And if you ask your financial advisor, they're going to tell you that I am crazy, and that's okay. I get it. I think they're crazy. I think the stock market in Wall Street is insane. But that's me. Let's see. What will happen to your money that's saved in the bank accounts? I don't fully know. No one is allergic to iodine. It's not possible. Your body must have iodine. It's an essential nutrient. If someone says you're allergic to iodine, let me tell you, find out the toxin that is in your system. When you remove the toxin and you fix your gut, your body will absorb iodine all day long. Yes, good job. Thank you, Heather. Yes, iodine is great for breast health. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that knowledge. That's awesome. I have heard that Earth is a projected glass dome. Yes, I have heard that. I do not like psilocybin personally. That's me. It's not everyone. I'm not into the whole getting yourself into a different dimension like that. I think there's other ways. Yes, mitochondrial power. It does protect from radiation. Yes, it does. Let's see. Yes, Kelly, our bodies do require iodine. I actually had, so I can say this because she's no longer a patient. I had a woman come in, literally, who had massive autoimmune issues thyroid-wise. She came in, and trust me, I take care of thyroid patients on a daily basis, men and women. And I help them get out of autoimmune problems every single day. This woman came in to me and she said, I would like to work with you, but I've read 20 different books and they're all telling me that iodine is bad for me and I'm allergic to iodine. I said, well, that's not possible. So what are we going to do here? And so she decided to start. And I told her, I'm very hardcore when it comes to patients. Listen to what I tell you to do. If you do it, you're going to get better. Like our percentages of success, if you do what we tell you to do, are 100%. All right? So she came in and she said, I didn't feel good after taking iodine. I said, because your thyroid is actually starting to work and you have to go through hormone changes because your hormones have been completely wrecked by the medical industrial complex. And so then she came in and she said, I went and I read this other book, and this book says blah, blah, blah about iodine. And I said, okay, back to stage one. Do what I tell you to do, and you'll be successful like all the other people over here that I just fixed with the same issue. But she wasn't listening. She wanted to do her own thing. She came in, and I actually let her go because she told me she can't take iodine. And I said, well, then you are the only person on the face of the planet who is allergic to iodine, because every other single person in the world, their cells must have iodine. It's a nutrient. It's a mineral. You must have it in your body. All right? And she left, and she gained more weight because she didn't listen. And then the other kicker was I had her bring her food to me, what she was eating. And she was eating grains like it was going out of style, like breads, pastas, cereals, energy bars, you name it. And I said, as long as you continue to eat grains and drink chlorinated water, you're going to continue to be iodine deficient. And then when you put it back in your body, you're going to panic because it's going to get your body going again and your hormones will turn back on. And she ended up not staying a patient because she couldn't listen. She wanted to do her own thing, yet she spent years and years and years trying to figure it out herself, and then she didn't figure it out. So I hope to this day that I hope she found somebody. I hope somebody worked with her, and I hope she was able to figure it out. But you got to freaking get the body fixed. And yes, no, iodine does not remove parasites, Jamie. No, that's a whole other situation. This is just to get... I'm ready to buy iodine. Take my money. Okay, so the body must have iodine. And the reason why I wanted to go with an iodine was because I have 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗄𝘁's formula, the original formula. But not only that, I take it personally. My wife takes it personally. And the issue with iodine is it's twofold for me. I have a lot of women that come in with health issues. Hormone issues. I mean, their hormones are a mess. And I always have to put iodine in the system. So that was number one. Women, you're low on iodine. Get it in your body. This is to go in the body. Number two, iodine can actually help eradicate radiation out of the body. And if you didn't notice, we have computers all around us. We have Wi-Fi all around us. We have cell phones all around us, completely hitting us over and over and over and over again with radiation. And so there's two things that I use for radiation, other than like different cell phone stuff and things like that on me, is iodine as well as infrared sauna. Sweating out radiation, throw some niacin in there as well, get some nice flush, and you will push radiation out of the body. So those are the two different things, okay? Excellent. What's the best way to clean the pineal gland? You got to get some good green juices in your body, and we got to get some melatonin rocking and rolling. We got to get the fluoride and all other toxic metals out of your system. So we need to detox you, okay? Connie, give me a call. 𝗪𝗁𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔 That it's as simple as that, okay? All right. Let's see. Just took your drop. Good job, Sandra. Welcome. Did you get my response? He knows how much each patient needs. The new son will fix our DNA. What does that mean? I think we went over that. Let's see. Why can't I missed one? Sorry. Why can't I miss that? I want to make sure I saw that there was something there. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Why can't you eat sweets for iodine? Because sugar breaks down all endocrine organs. That's why. Best greens powder. I have one coming. I don't know about the gel, Rachel. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yes, you need melatonin, serotonin, dopamine. That is correct. Let's see. Buy your own infrared sauna. I have an infrared sauna in my own house as well. I actually have to re-put it back up because I love sweating. I love it. How much iodine? It's on the bottle. I think at least a couple drops a day. If you want to work directly with me, I can find out exactly how much you do. Let's see. Dr. Berg is great. I know Dr. Berg. Good guy. Let's see. Everyone is different from an iodine standpoint. If you don't work with me, you have to go buy the bottle. And then if you work with me, I'll tell you what you particularly are. Okay? Good. Can it cause a thyroid storm? Well, is it a thyroid storm or is it your hormones kicking back on? Most women out there don't know. They don't know what their hormones feel like because the endocrine system is not working. And then all of a sudden, one of the common things is people go, they take iodine and they go, oh my gosh, I felt weird. That's called your hormones. It's supposed to feel, you're going to feel a little weird to start because you got to get your body kick-started, okay? You got to get your body kick-started. Dr. Troy, I saw something about a sauna. I will find a good sauna for you because the one I have, I don't think they make anymore. So I'll work on that for you guys, okay? I'll get you a sauna. How about that? Let's see. Good. One more question, then I'm going to get to bed. Yeah, you can, iodine and yeah, you can take iodine with anything. Iodine iodine does not go against medications. Let's see. Monica, you're welcome. What about itching? Itching is probably parasitic. Probably parasitic. Okay? Awesome, guys. I love you all. You're rock stars. I hope this was of value to you guys tonight. Again, I will drop the link in there one more time so you can see it, and that will be out there. Let me know if you need it. We'll get you all set up, okay? Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network. As always, go out there tomorrow. Serve and help your fellow man, woman, child. I love you all. Have an amazing, wonderful night. Bye-bye. Oh, if you need to get a hold of me, message me on Facebook, YouTube. I see all of it. I get them as fast as I possibly can. Go subscribe to YouTube, guys. YouTube is actually growing faster than every other channel right now. So jump on YouTube, subscribe, okay? Love you all. Have a wonderful night. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network.